In the summer of 742, one day, Li Bai suddenly received a big red envelope with an imperial edict summoning him to Chang'an. At that moment, Li Bai felt triumphant and wrote the line, "Laughing loud with my head thrown back, I walk out the front gate. How can a man like myself stay in the weeds for too long?" Li Bai rode to Chang'an from Yanzhou. How long does it take to ride from Yanzhou to Xi'an? At a slow pace it would take over a month, but Li Bai arrived in just 15 days. That's the feeling of pleased with the vernal breeze and my swift trotting steed. Why did the central government suddenly notice him? It was because his good friend Yuan Danqiu was advocating for him. Yuan Danqiu had a close relationship with Princess Yuzhen and repeatedly praised Li Bai in front of her, showing her Li Bai's poems. Princess Yuzhen often shared these with her brother, Emperor Xuanzong. Xuanzong, being a literary talent himself, enjoyed writing songs and composing music, such as the Song of Rainbow Skirts and Feather Robes. Having such a skilled poet around was delightful, so Xuanzong issued a decree to bring Li Bai to the court. Here's an interesting mystery. Wang Wei and Li Bai were born around the same time and died around the same time. Both were also appointed as officials by Princess Yuzhen. Wang Wei knew both Du Fu and Meng Haoran, and Li Bai also knew these people. But strangely, neither Li Bai nor Wang Wei ever mentioned the other in their poetry. It's like they didn't even know each other. It's quite the historical enigma. After Li Bai entered the capital, he went up to the main hall of the palace. As someone from the countryside, who had never been to court before, he was quite taken aback when Emperor Xuanzong said, "Come, sit here," and gave him a seat right next to him. Xuanzong personally served Li Bai a bowl of soup, telling him to try it. Everyone in the court was stunned, because it was unheard of for the emperor to serve someone like this. Later, Xuanzong made Li Bai a member of the Hanlin Academy, always on standby, saying he could come by whenever there was something to do. The Hanlin Academy was a bit of a mixed bag. Contrary to the common perception of it being a hub for scholars, it housed a diverse array of individuals, alchemists, physicians, sorcerers, and diviners, all congregated within its walls. For Li Bai, spending his days in such a setting felt monotonous and unfulfilling. His aspirations were geared toward making a meaningful impact and serving the nation and its people. Yet, within the Hanlin Academy, he found himself relegated to a mere figurehead, devoid of the opportunity to enact real change or contribute meaningfully, leading to a profound sense of discontent and anguish. In the court, Li Bai also saw the complexities of politics. Many enemies began to dislike him. One day, he saw someone about to be executed, a military officer named Guo Ziyi. Guo Ziyi had made a mistake in his duties and was about to be executed. Despite the situation, he remained calm and collected. Li Bai thought, "I need to help this guy." He went to find the top military commander, Geishu Han, and after a long conversation, Geishu Han agreed to spare Guo Ziyi's life, thanks to Li Bai's intercession. Guo Ziyi later became crucial in saving Li Bai's life during the Anxi Rebellion. In 744, Li Bai decided to resign and return to the mountains. He had only been in the capital since the summer of 742, but he couldn't stand it anymore. On his way out, he was convinced that someone might be out to get him, feeling genuinely threatened. Emperor Xuanzong, thinking Li Bai's departure was for the best given the gossip around him, gave him 100 taels of gold and let him go. On the way, Li Bai passed through Luoyang and met Du Fu, which was an exciting moment in literary history. Du Fu, who was about 11 years younger than Li Bai, admired him greatly. During a banquet, Du Fu introduced himself by saying, "I'm Du Fu. Have you heard of me?" Li Bai replied, "Yes, I know. Your poem A View of Taishan is quite good." They quickly became friends, hunting together in Kaifeng. Li Bai was taken aback by Du Fu's remarkable archery skills, as he managed to shoot down a golden eagle from the sky with astonishing precision. Later, they met Gao Shi, who was very impressive, and, as we'll see later, was politically more capable than Li Bai and Du Fu. Gao Shi wrote a famous poem called Farewell to Dongda, which includes the well-known line, "Worry not, there would be no bosom friends down the road ahead. In this world, no man does not recognize you as their friend." The three of them traveled together around the Kaifeng and Luoyang areas, and then made plans to meet again in Shandong. Li Bai invited his friends to support him, as he was undertaking a 7-day Taoist initiation ritual, deciding to become a Taoist priest and leave officialdom behind. The initiation was very grueling. Participants had to sit on a high platform with their hands bound for 7 days and nights, only moving slightly to drink water. Many people fainted and were carried away, unable to complete the ritual. Li Bai and his friends endured it, and Li Bai officially became a Taoist priest. During this time, Li Bai also met Li Yong. Li Bai had previously written poems hoping to gain Li Yong's recommendation but didn't succeed. When they met here, they made amends, with Li Yong admitting he hadn't recognized Li Bai's talent before. Li Bai replied that it was fine and that he was content with how things had turned out. Their relationship was mended. Here, Li Bai bids farewell to Du Fu. They left behind many beautiful poems on Mount Gulai, with Li Bai writing farewell with Fu Du at East Stone Gate of County Lu. Since Du Fu was the second in his family, he was called Du Erfu. The poem goes, "How many days are left for us to inebriate? For us to visit all the terraces and courts? When on the road in front of the stone gate? Can we open the fine wine barrels again? The water of River Sea ripples in the autumn. Glisten waves light up the mountains afar. Like cronks in the wind, we will fly away and separate. Just toast and drain the cups in our hands." After this farewell, the two never met again. Although both were dazzling stars in their time, their paths diverged here. Du Fu often reminisced about Li Bai and wrote many poems in his memory.